Greetings and salutations, wonderful people. My name is Scribe, and welcome to part 22, I believe, of the Elder Scrolls 1 Arena. In the last episode, we finished Celine's Web, and now we are on our way to the Elden Grove. But not to be confused with the Elden Ring. I made that joke already. Anyway, Elden Grove! We made it! I have been knitting for... oh, sorry, hang on. Elden Grove. The small, overgrown entrance to the Elden Grove stands before you, guarding secrets forgotten for ages. Somewhere within its misty corridors lies the third piece of the Staff of Chaos. The 15th of Morningstar is a holiday taken very seriously at Elden Grove, where they call it Southwind's Prayer, a plea by all the religions of Tamriel for a good planting season. Citizens with every affliction known to Tamriel flock to the services of the Conclave of Baal Temple. I didn't know Elden Grove was inhabited, damn. Alright, welcome to the Elden Grove. As always, we are going to drop ourselves a save. That way, in case we die, we don't lose our progress. And I'm immediately going to try to heal to get my magicka back. Never mind. Where is the enemy? You enter the Elden Grove, chilled by the mists. Hang on. Doesn't repeat. Dang it. Okay. Oh, that was creepy. Alrighty. So this is, of course, the next spot where the Staff of Chaos lies. There we go. Troll is regenerating. Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. Alright, so welcome to the Elden Grove. This is one of my favorite locations in the game because it's just so different from the others. Fanglair was kind of like a mine, but it was still a dungeon. And then Labyrinthian was also like this very enclosed space, but this is out in the open in these mists, in this forest, and like a hedge maze, and oh, it's so different and refreshing. You know, you're kind of, you're kind of, if all you've been doing is dungeon crawling, you get bored and you just want to do something different. But this game, it throws Elden Grove at you, and it really does feel like a breath of fresh air, and that's what I love about it so much. Of course, naturally, we want to map out the, well, I guess not really a dungeon, but the area, and this will make sure we maximize loot and everything else. It'll also mean that I get to show you everything that the Elden Grove has to offer. I'm hoping we can get this into a nice, short and sweet episode, because I'm going to try to record at least 4 episodes, because evidently my schedule did not work well with just 2, because I couldn't keep that up after a while because I had a very busy week. And so I'm just gonna bulk record 4 episodes. Is it wise? Probably not. Why do you guys not... There we go. Goodness gracious. So we're gonna give that a shot. Now, obviously, this is a maze. Oh, hello. But we're gonna try to keep it simple. Okay, you're being very annoying, sir. just want to get to the far corridor. I don't know if I can. I don't actually think that is how that will work. Yeah, it has been a hot minute since I've played this game. It has been about, I want to say a year since I have played this game. So, alright, we're gonna go ahead and do this. Try and get our spell points back. Of course, they might throw enemies at us, but that's okay, because who cares? I don't. Alright. So that way leads us over to the right, so obviously we want to continue towards the right. And yeah, so I've been knitting for about 5 hours straight. It's very, very lovely, but my friends told me that I needed to do things with my life besides knitting, and they're not wrong. But I enjoy it. I am. There's some activities I'm capable of just, you know, just sitting still and zoning out for hours. This game is actually one of them. I could just not talk and play for 5 hours straight very easily. I have to kind of like force myself to talk. I'm getting better at it, but still it's difficult when I'm used to kind of just sitting here and kind of just sitting here and just listening to the music and all that fun stuff. Lots of ghosts today. Don't know if I consider that fun or not. I don't think I do. Wolves I can deal with very easily. Alright, I do believe... Still not the pathway I need. Okay, what if I go through this door? Oh, we don't want to go in there. Okay, we're not going in there yet. That is where we progress. So yeah, I really like this level. I don't remember what the next dungeon after Elden Grove is. Excited. Where is it? Where is he? There be ghosts here somewhere. Hello. Goodbye. Wait, what? Oh, I must have hit left click on accident. I thought hitting shift would, like, I thought I had hit shift and that was what had caused it, but no. No, it was not. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, and yeah. So, we are now a third of the way through the video game. So, that's lovely. I hope that, I mean, I don't know, maybe this will take less time, but I suspect that I'm looking at a potential 40-plus part series, maybe even 50-plus, which, it is what it is. I'm not really interested in trying to, like, speedrun this game, because I think that's boring. Like, why speedrun this when I could just play the game and show a more or less authentic experience. Okay. So yeah. But oh wow, okay. Weird. Still no pathway into here. Interesting. Oh my. What the heck? Oh, there you are. Jerk. That's a lot of you. I lived. And now we rest. Oh, that was almost not good. Jerk. I don't think I have enough to level up. Can you not? What the? Well, he's dead now. Just let me max spell points. For the love of all that is holy. Thank you. Alright. Well, now we are going to continue mapping out the area. It will make this a lot easier. So that's kind of why we want to do it this way. Because if I recall correctly, which I might not, this area has multiple locations you need to go into, kind of like an extension of how Labyrinthian functioned, but instead you have to do like little different complexes and stuff like that. I'm just gonna punch the wolves to death at least. Everything else I will use magic on, but okay. So that's kind of how I'm viewing it, because it's a simple change, but it's enough to make it feel refreshing. Because again, this game does not have the most variety. It has about enough for what the game was trying to be, but otherwise it's kind of, you know, pretty normal. Definitely in Daggerfall onwards, the variety and unique things get a bit better. Now we're leveling a decent bit. I don't think we're gonna hit a higher level today, but we may certainly get close. Isn't that lovely? Yeah. Learn a new tune already. There we go. Wait a minute, haven't I been upgrading my speed? No. What was I upgrading? Luck, that's right. Okay. I think once I upgrade luck, I'm either gonna do... I think I'm gonna do strength. I think that's the way. I think that's the way. Because I'll get more value out of the fists. There we go. Alright, so we need to go this way, I believe. So yeah, I didn't quite get all the edits into the last part I wanted to, but normally how I edit these videos is I will do them like all in one sitting. I will take like 2 hours and I will just sit there. Like if I do like a really detailed edit video with like a bunch of dialogue and stuff, I'll usually be sitting there listening to the video for, you know, multiple times and try to see if there's any funny things I can add. And sometimes there isn't. Sometimes I only give it a once over. Sometimes I give it a twice over. And for that one, I really wanted to try and put a lot of effort into it. But I decided I would see what would happen if I like broke it up into little bite-sized work chunks and did a little bit at a time over the course of a couple days, which was good in theory, but not in practice, because I immediately got distracted and didn't finish it, and ended up having to basically do like a quick comb through. So I couldn't quite do all of the fact checking on the lore, but I do still stand by looking into the shoddy cast videos, because those are really good. That's something I really appreciate about the Elder Scrolls is the lore. The lore is immaculate. Can I punch you to death? I can. I'm gonna punch you to death. That's right. That's right. Yep. Really? You? You know what? Getting real tired of Dispicus's extended family coming after me. I swear, you kill one Minotaur, and suddenly you're the bad guy. I've done nothing wrong. Oh, not you. I just dealt with you. Like, not even last episode was I last episode I was fighting you guys. Throw, like, steel golems, or... you vex me. You vex me so. Alright, there we go. You know, I was under the impression that I would be thrown at, like, higher level enemies more commonly, but instead, you know what it's been? It's been the same thing. It's been spiders, it's been trolls, it's been minotaurs, it's been orcs. It has been just all of that. I have not left them, which is weird. Because, like, obviously I stopped resting after I hit the infinite potion, like, loop, because of the way I played this game as a sorcerer. So I never really got to experiment with it, but I really did assume that, like, after a while they would stop spawning in lower level creatures. And, like, they stopped spawning in rats, but they keep throwing in minotaurs, they keep throwing in orcs, they keep throwing in all sorts of stuff. I'm assuming after a while, once I hit a high enough level, they will stop spawning in those particular enemies, and it will just be the, like the ghosts and stuff like that as the new trash mob, basically. But still, I was expecting a challenge, and instead I've just been thrown at wolves and all sorts of disappointing things. So yeah. Alright, we need to clear out that section. And then we can work our way further down and in, and then we'll just have the doors left to go. Those little sections. And then we'll finish those sections. That'll be it. Death to ghosts. Wait. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Whoopsie. So yeah, this is just kind of it. I am starting to mildly regret starting with Arena, because after a while I run out of things to say. Because this is the game. It's very lovely. I mean, ooh, I did level up. 3 points. Okay. 100 luck. Excellent. Now we're going to put points into strength, I think. I think that's what we're gonna do. Yep. I mean, I could put points into willpower, but at this point, what are they gonna do to me that I can't immediately undo? So the speed and the strength actually do something. They accomplish things. Oh, that's right. Let's go ahead and see how our spells have changed. All right. So Fire Dart is still at 5. This is at 4. Cure Disease is now at 15. Burn Touch has gone all the way down to 10. That's lovely. I have 20 castings of Burn Touch. The Blast of Blow High is now 15. Lovely, lovely. Hearth Heal is now 6 points. Magic Nap is also 6 points. Antidote of Arcay. Okay. About the Shield of No Thank You. 124. That is not bad at all. Spear of Shalador, yeah, that was still kind of expensive. I mean, that is basically my best attack. Open Sesame, 31, not great, but it might get better. Oh wait, hang on, that's a 10% chance. Oh, we could actually, if we level up 4 more times, I can actually just get the 5% version, and it'll be both way cheaper, and it'll still be 100%. Oh, little optimization things. Remove Curse. I believe that spell is obsolete. Ah, yes, Fireball, the spell that I don't use, because I realized it could kill me. Whoops. Arcay's Mercy. Ooh, that is down to 8 Magicka. That is not bad at all. Arcay's Vitality, also 8 Magicka. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. What about Aid? 12, okay. Again, that's a really good little optimization there. We're doing great. What are the other spells that I had that I actually kind of care about the cost of? I think that's everything. Yeah, okay. Excellent. Truly excellent. Alright. So now we have this little area mapped out. Alright, now we can start mapping out the rest of it. So I did mildly realize that because of how many points I am getting, it would take quite a lot of levels to get every stat I have at level 100 and worrying about it. That said, I'm still not going to be like save scumming to get higher numbers because I really just don't care. Like I said a few episodes ago, it doesn't really matter what my stats are now, because if I, like, One thing I have not done that I absolutely could be doing is making spells of Fortify attribute so that I can just have 100 in all of my statistics. Because I can just do that. Like, who's gonna stop me? The only reason I haven't is because I forgot. So I had those spells on my sorcerer. I would use those, and I actually used a staff as a sorcerer. So that's kind of one way I'm trying to make this character a little bit different, is using hand to hand, because I thought the idea of hand to hand, like as like a combat skill, is cool. But I never actually like bothered to try it, because I usually go like pure mage. But then I thought about it and I was like, if you think about it, you know, what would be more fitting for a mage? To use like a weenie baby dagger, or to use, you know, their raw hands. And I thought raw hands was way more interesting. I like being able to just, you know, punch ghosts to death. Who doesn't? I do usually just do pure mages where they only use magic, and that's, don't get me wrong, were it not for the fact that I really don't want to have to keep doing the loop on the potions and just burning through all of them, I would probably be doing that. But this is both more interesting and more fun for me because I haven't done this before. It's not going to be great in Arena, from what I understand, but it will be good in Daggerfall onwards, especially Daggerfall and Oblivion. They're still very good. I don't know how well it's going to be in Skyrim, because, mild spoiler alert, for those of you who have not played Skyrim, hand-to-hand is not a skill in Skyrim. They removed it. And so instead, you just have your like race giving you, like, if you're a Khajiit, you get a bonus to hand-to-hand damage. And there's also gloves with an enchantment that increase your unarmed damage. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to put those on basic gloves. If I can, I absolutely will. I'll try to upgrade. I'll try to do them as best I can without using alchemy exploits. Because I'm trying not to just exploit my way out of the game, because I think that is more boring for a let's play. Like, sure, it might be fun for like a playthrough to break the game, but for a let's play, it's more interesting to see the struggle and you know, overcoming the odds and stuff. Like, you don't watch all the. Well, I mean, okay, I guess I do watch let's plays about that. I watch Spiffig Brit. And he breaks this game badly. It's not even funny. I mean, not Arena, Skyrim, obviously, but yeah. So, all right, this spot is almost worked out. So close. All right. I think I might not be able to pull this off. I might have to finish mapping out everything, and then we will end the episode on the first area we're going to map out, which I apologize that these can be very long, and it basically just amounts to walking around, but that is the Arena experience. And it probably doesn't mind the people who have played this game, or the old guard who've been through this generation. They know what it's like. They're expecting this to just be me talking while you hear the footstep sound effects for like half an hour. That's the charm of this game. This game has charm, which I think is very important. You know, a game can be really good and still not quite land if it doesn't really have charm. And I think Bethesda is really good about making games with a lot of charm. They can be derpy, they can be like unreasonably funny, they can be buggy, they can be broken, they can be serious or heartrending. But above all else, you feel the energy, the passion that the developers put into these video games. You know? And that's something I really like about Bethesda games. That's one thing I know that people were very much praising Larian for in Baldur's Gate 3, deservedly so. But I think that's something that that Bethesda also does very well. Is they make those games where there's those little moments that stick with you, like recently, for example, as you guys know, I've been playing the Oblivion remaster, right? So, I was playing it, and I was kind of doing a test run of how a sort of Caetheryn build would work in that game, and so I had hand-to-hand as a minor skill, and I was leveling it up because I had stumbled across a troll, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. I can use the troll's health regeneration to my benefit. I can train up my hand-to-hand a little bit, you know, at least to like 20, 25, or, you know, whatever. And I was training my hand-to-hand. My restoration skill leveled far more than I would have liked it to, but neither here nor there. So I'm fighting this troll in the middle of a road, in the middle of I don't even know where I was, and suddenly I hear like this voice, and I thought it was somebody in like my home at one point, but no, it was a random civilian who ran up to the troll and started throwing hands. Like, she started fist fighting this troll with me. You know, it felt like they needed that WWE thing, you know, the watch out. It felt like that needed to be playing, because I swear this woman just comes out of nowhere, fist fights this troll, does way more damage to the troll than my fists were doing, so clearly she was jacked underneath that blouse and skirt. And she kills the troll. She looks me in my Altmary eyes full of awe and says, "Greetings," and begins walking off into the sunset. I still think about that moment sometimes. And it was at that moment I realized how much I love the Elder Scrolls games. Because I cannot think of a moment like that happening in any other game. Because I feel like I've only seen Bethesda capable of that level of just raw absurdity, you know? And that is not a slam, that is not a insult or a judgment. If anything, that is the highest amount of praise I can give a game studio, you know? Like, game developers, you know, they want their games to be memorable. They want their games to be enjoyable. Bethesda just has this way of designing their games where just random stuff will happen and just stick with you. You'll never forget it. I will never forget that event that it has happened to me. I am sure talking about this has caused you to start having some recollections of memories from Bethesda games like this. You know? It's wonderful. There's just all these little things that make the Elder Scrolls games really good. I haven't quite experienced a moment like that in their Fallout games, but in Elder Scrolls, I have experienced it a lot. And I think that's why I genuinely believe at this point now I can say that the Elder Scrolls is my favorite video game genre, or not genre, my favorite video game series. You know, it's too good. It's too good at being just itself. I love it. It's so great. Yeah. Alright, we have finished mapping out everything. And I'm gonna do a quick time check. Skip! I got like 5 more minutes. We will walk to this spot and then we will call it off. So yeah, honestly, yeah, like, I'm just gonna double down on that. Like, if there's a moment you can really, like, remember that you don't think you'll ever forget, from an Elder Scrolls game, or just any Bethesda game, I guess, like Starfield, if you've played Starfield. I haven't, I'm sorry. I don't have loyalty. Like, I have some friends who tell me Starfield is good. Wait, I'll finish my thought before I go off and on another tangent. Leave that moment in the comments. For me, I think the one I would go for is definitely that woman coming in out of nowhere and helping me fist fight a troll. I'll never forget that woman. If marriage was a thing in Oblivion, that would have been my partner right there. You know, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, whoever you may be, get yourself a person that is willing to just run in out of nowhere and fist fight a troll with you. You deserve that much. But anyway, I've heard some people say good. You know what? I'm just going to go in. I've heard some people say good things about Starfield. But I haven't played it yet. Like, it's not that I don't have a desire. I've never bit the bullet, you know? This hollow shall be your tomb, for there is no other passage out. Should you answer correctly, you are free. Should you not, prepare to join the lost souls of Elden Grove. Elvish mithril and Argonian silver crumble I can, but first I improve all things created by man. I devour all things, bird and beast, serf and kings, though my pace is even, men curse my speed. Wishing I were lazier in their hour of need, I can creep and crawl or rush and even fly. I am all thou hast, tell me, who am I? I believe the answer is mildly obvious. There you go. The answer is time. So yeah. It's not that I don't have a desire to play Starfield. Like, I do. You know, I was really excited about it because it's this new IP that you know, the guy who made Morrowind and Oblivion and also Skyrim was like super passionate about, and it was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But I never got it. Although, to be fair, in my defense, that came out around the time Elden Ring came out, and I mean, I'm sorry. Where is... There we go. Oh, hello. What have I done? Oh, I hate you. Screw it. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. We're not doing this. Die. Jerk stole my spell points. I'm pretty sure I didn't need to go in there. That was my fault. There we go. Give me old 1-2. Old double punch. Alright. Yeah, I've had friends tell me that Starfield was good, that it was fine. And I want to play it, it's just, you know, I kind of already booked myself because I've been playing a lot of competitive rivals, you know, to remind me why I like single player video games. I've been, you know, obviously there was Elden Ring, there's this. There's me playing every single mainline Elder Scrolls game. And yeah, so I kind of got my plate full. I don't know if I'm going to be able to squeeze in time, especially considering I'm also doing Oblivion Remastered. I think what I might do is I will, once I finish the remaster, I think I'll probably pick up Starfield. Because, like, I know there's some people who say that it's a bad game, but the problem is I've heard a lot of people say that games that I like are bad. Like, original release Cyberpunk. I was there when the game first came out. I woke up at the crack of dawn, and I picked that game up, and I played it before the patch was even out. My game crashed 20 times, and I still played it, and I had the time of my life. But I've had a lot of people tell me that games that I thought were good are bad. I've had a lot of people telling me characters I enjoy playing are bad. Back to Marvel Rivals, I was told that Captain America was a really bad character, and I had a challenge to play as him, and I thought, screw it. I played him, and that man is ridiculously good, at least for me. Maybe I'm crazy. But I really enjoyed playing him. And at the time, people were saying he was really bad. Now he's really annoying and people are banning him. So, you know, just like, I try not to let existing opinions dictate how I feel about certain things. At least when it comes to things like video games. Like, if I am told by like multiple people that there's something off about somebody, I'll still hang out with them, but like I'm gonna be a little careful. I'm gonna pay attention to activities, but only if it's people I trust. I don't like just, you know, being told, oh, this person is no good. It's like, why? It's like, because. It's like, because why? But yeah. So, where's float again? Right here. Float. So yeah, I try not to let, you know, opinions of like games and stuff get in the way. So like, is it possible Starfield is like the worst thing ever made? Okay, probably not. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think the worst thing you can say about a Bethesda game is that it's mid. And I think the problem with that is that, like, it was easy to mock them a while ago when there were so many good games coming out. Like, when you had games like Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out, and other stuff coming out, like, it was easy to be like, ah, Bethesda can't keep up. But then, at the end of the day, we got a little bit further, and now, you know, I think as a developer, if the worst you can say about a game, about somebody's worst game, is that it was just mid, I think that's pretty high praise. There's a lot of bad games out there. There's an awful amount of awful in the world. So I think to have a game that's just like, is impressive, to say the least, you know? Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, playing Starfield. I'm gonna play it at some point, more than likely. I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna see what happens, I'm gonna see if I like it. I know some people don't like that there's not a lot of points of interest on the map. I am the person who plays Daggerfall and does the randomly generated dungeons unironically. I'm the person in Skyrim who would do Radiant quests for no other reason than because I thought it was neat. Like, I am a cardboard. I am a wet piece of cardboard of a person. So I'm probably going to be very easily entertained by Starfield. And also Bethesda, I think it's probably going to be fine. So, but I haven't played it yet, so I reserve my right to not like it, which is fine. If I like something and people don't like something, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt me, doesn't affect my life in any way. I'm just a weird person on the internet. My opinions don't matter. Okay. Where are we going now? I get the distinct impression I probably need to be down for this, but I don't want to be. Where's Burn Touch? Sir, thank you. You know, for a place that's supposedly where all of the elves first came, this really is a bad place now. I mean, it's lovely when you're, you know, not here. But then it suddenly becomes very much not lovely when you are in here. Wrong way. Oh, okay. Once more, I need to be in a different area. How dare you? Is there a door in here? There is. Is there treasure in here? I answered the riddle correctly. They said it was my garden, which means I get to do whatever I want to it, right? It's my garden. Does this mean I get to plant lilies and they can't complain? Do I get to start harvesting potatoes? Make mashed potatoes with bacon bits and green onions? Oh man, that sounds good. Now I'm hungry. Why have I done this to myself? It's probably an hour now, isn't it? Hang on. Yeah, just about. Okay. Sorry for that. I hope the extended rant about, I mean, not rant, but ramble about not Stardew Valley. Maybe I should make a let's play of that. Why not? I hope that extended ramble about Starfield was entertaining enough to justify the extra, like, 11 minutes. Anyway, that will about do it for today. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am a new channel, so your help and support will help the channel grow and reach new people who can also sit with you and, I guess, suffer from my ramblings too, you know? I mean, misery loves company. And so does seeing Bethesda break. Bethesda will always break. That is my solemn guarantee that as long as I am playing these games, something will break. But anyway, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.